Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
Well, we're underway.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rate it in or suffer the consequences.
Lewis.
Showing great feet there.
He's only too happy to take that back. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ilicic showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
It would have to be Kenan Yildiz, Peter, because he really is one of the golden boys of his generation. I think his signature move is to take the ball on the turn and drift out to that left wing and take on whoever presents himself in front of him. He may be a playmaker, but likes to progress with the ball, with his own running, his own pace, his own style. That's Yildiz.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there.
Yildiz. Here's Boga.
A heavy challenge.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now that looks a decent ball. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Pass somewhat off target. Conceição. And that has been cleared. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And it's Lewis. McKennie. So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Lewis. Well, that's a good run down the left. Manchester United yet to have an attempt on goal. Now it's Ilicic, picked out brilliantly. Dorgu did well to stay calm there. Gatti, oh, that pass isn't the best. That's good running with the ball. Zirkzee cross. Kelly tries to clear. Yildiz proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Now it's Matheus Cunha. Aimed at the far side.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Piemonte really do like to play with a distinctive style, one that's pacey and expansive.
And they have the players, those players that love a gallop or two out wide.
Yeah, they're the key supply routes, Peter, carrying the ball and then delivering it across that box. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Koopmeiners. Can he get on the end of this? That's an errant pass. That has not gone well. And it's Menu. Played out wide. Menu. Brilliant from Bobo! A finish right from the top draw!
Gol per il Manchester United. Ha segnato al 28esimo minuto numero 19.
Manchester United have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now it's Yildiz. Boga. Goes for a shot! Menu. And they can counter here. Anderson. And he's worked it through. McKennie. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Now it's Yildiz. Lewis. Menu. Anderson. It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Maciej Cunha. Oh, straight chance! But he's left disappointed. Pass just lacking in accuracy. And it's Lewis. And they win it back again. Koopmeiners.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Not the most accurate pass. Kelly. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Always goal side. He'll try from distance. No, just not quite.
Well, he doesn't have hit a clean strike. The moment he was in that position, you knew he was going to smash it.
Maciej Cunha. Zirkzee. Now it's Zirkzee. Cunha finding himself in space. Strong running down that left flank. Tries a shot! And a neat finish! And this is getting better and better. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
That has ended up in no man's land. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Manchester United sitting pretty here. 2 goals putting them into the driving seat. And so the action is resumed. And the shot! Relentless! Just relentless! It's all becoming so easy. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
A case now of complete control. And he's lifted it over.
Ah, look, his thinking was more audacious than his attempt.
Nicked it back promptly. Burmo. And he is dashing away. Chance, surely! That was quite a test for the goalkeeper.
He'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
Kelly attempts a clearance. Good ball, good take. He's going for goal! Keeper gets just about enough of it.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
And he thumps it clear. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. And now a sudden chance to counter. He can run onto that. That's the throw.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 9 viene sostituito con il numero 20.
Coop minus. Kelly. Yildiz.
The message is clear, none shall pass.
Yildiz cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And he whips it in. Diogo Costa claims it without any fuss. Yildiz getting forward.
Some good work on the right flank here.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
And the through ball. He's having a pop! Stood up well to him there. McKennie. Tries to pass it through. Diogo Costa gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. Gatti. And here's Yildiz. And he's in on goal. Menu. Lewis. Bomo. This looks promising. Now it's Maciej Cunha. Koopmeiners. Driving on and making good progress. And this is Ilicic. Can he latch on to this? Anderson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Space for him to turn and look. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Lewis. Anderson has created one goal already. Well, he's hit it long, but astray.
Sostituzioni di giocatori. Numero 10.
So we have movement on
Numero
both
5.
benches.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 7, il numero 16. Attenzione,
And
un
it's
cambio.
McKennie. And he's got away from him. McKennie running with the ball. And the shot! Oh, great effort, but he's produced a save to match.
Piemonte are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Koopmeiners has the space to scheme. Manchester United still have the cards to affect this game. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, he's having a go! Hannibal. Miretti gets on his bike and on the move. Can he finish? No, not quite on the same wavelength. Yoro clears it away. Pass somewhat off target. And he's quick to return it. Gnonto. And that was asking for too much. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
So 3-0 now, and surely there'll be no twists in the plot. Looking for options for movement. Now there's a fine ball. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Maciej Cunha. Nicely worked. Just eases him off the ball. Maciej Cunha. Oh, this is a very good... Tries one from range! And he's done very well to deal with it. McKennie. Now it's Conceição. Tries to play it through. That has not gone well. Gnonto. And it's made its way to him. McKennie. Miretti. And now the breakaway. Lisandro Martinez concedes a free kick for that.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
McKennie providing an outlet on that flank. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Ilicic. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Manchester United can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their... Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. We are just getting started. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
It would have to be Kenan Yildiz, Peter, because he really is one of the golden boys of his generation. I think his signature move is to take the ball on the turn and drift out to that left wing and take on whoever presents himself in front of him. He may be a playmaker, but likes to progress with the ball, with his own running, his own pace, his own style. That's Yildiz.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much.
Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, chance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Coop minus. And this is Ilicic. Yildiz. Mazraoui
Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
Francisco Conceição. Now it's Ilicic. McKennie.
Well, that is one way to stop him.
That is ended up in no man's land. Martinez. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And it's Conceição.
Passing nice and neat. And they're quick to get it back. And here's the chance to counter.
Yildiz.
No goals as yet.
Yildiz.
Just eases him off the ball.
Tuanzebe.
Did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Diogo Costa claims comfortable. Francisco Conceição.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Anderson. That's Hannibal.
He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Yildiz.
Oh, lovely bit of skill. Yildiz! And it's a goal! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
The goal scorer after 23 minutes is number 10, Yildiz.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Burmo.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Manchester United are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Aimed beyond the defence. So what can they make of this? He's on it, can he get away? That's very neat. He's going for goal! That's got him rattled. Boga. Shot could be on. Picked out, and a chance! And a neat finish! They are purring, truly purring. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
So that's two now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Pass somewhat off target. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Shot at goal! Good effort first time.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley.
McKennie gathers from the goal kick. The message is clear, none shall pass. And here's Ilicic. Now it's Yildiz. Looking for options for movement. Hangs in a cross. Burmo. Lewis. And the counter is on. Now it's Matheus Cunha. And he's there to get it away. And he's only too happy to take that back. Mazraoui. And it's Lewis. Manchester United are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. And there's his chance to lead the counter. He's picked his way through. That's a throw. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Not the most accurate pass. Francisco Conceição. Now it's McKennie. McKennie couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Lewis. He's found a way through. Serves up across. Well, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. And Burmo looking to play it into the box.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Francisco Conceição. McKennie does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Knocks it into... Tries a shot! It's... In he goes again! Matheus Cunha! And that's a sharp finish! A goal at a really telling moment! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
Just one in it now.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And that is the end of the first half. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that 2-goal cushion early in the second half.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 7. Coming
Down
on
to
the
business
field
again.
is number 11.
Manchester United really need to bring up their
Substitution in progress.
intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Xerxes. And Burmo. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's managed to get free. And that's been drilled in. And he can thump it away. Now it's Yildiz. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Manchester United do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Oh, it's played into the area. And it's claimed by the keeper. Threads one in. Hannibal. And it's McKennie. Neatly clipped into space. Cleared without hesitation.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He's having a shot! But he's left disappointed. Now it's Maciej Cunha. Oh, well measured. Just the keeper in his way. Big chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. Cleared away. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Dorgu. And now they can clear their lines. Now Anderson. And here's Xerxes, out towards the flank. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Now it's Maciej Cunha.
The attendance for this
Francisco
match was
Conceição.
72,306.
Conceição. Oh, that's delightful. The ball goes in. There's the shot! And now the breakaway. Well, they've got it again. Tries to pass it through. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Manchester United do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Conceição carries the ball down the right. Lewis. Driving forward. Now it's Yildiz. That has not gone well. Miretti. He's in plenty of space here. A header! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. No, he refuses to take the bait. And here's Yildiz. Hannibal. Knocks it out wide.
Manchester United really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here. Shapes to shoot! And the keeper's glad to see the back of that.
Well, chances like that need a delicate touch, and they're quite a tough skill.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Well, the two
Number
coaches
23.
are signalling changes
Coming
here,
on to
both at the
replace
same
him
time.
is number 29, substitution.
And it's Lewis. Gatti gets it clear. And reclaimed it in a trice. Oh, that's clever. Decent chance! And no mistake. And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Manchester United are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And now he has two. It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Both teams having to rewrite their plans and start from scratch here. Plenty of food for thought for both managers.
Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Lewis is onto this. He is through here. Can he finish? That's a real chance missed.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Now that looks a decent ball. McKennie finds himself offside.
Diamante really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
It's a pretty loose pass. Not where it came from. And here's Yildiz. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
And it's no surprise to see who's taking
He's
responsibility.
having a go. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And he welcomes it in. Space for him to turn and look. Aimed at the far side. And he knocks it clear. It's loose here and they'll want to reclaim it. Can he get on the end of this? Nice control. And that has left him in a heap. Throw in. takes a shot! And how did he not put that away? Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Gnonto. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Now it's McKennie. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Gnonto. Spread neatly. He has found a way through. Lovely bit of skill.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Miretti. Dink through. Oh, he's found support out wide. It's a promising position.
Has been indicated.
Cross into the box. Here comes a getting up there. It's and again. Oh, he's done it. So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Lewis. That's it. The referee says enough. Manchester United can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent prepared to go toe-to-toe until the end.